Hi, and welcome in. This is part two of the lesson two videos on content for Precalculus 2. It wasn't supposed to be a two-parter, but then once I stopped recording on the first one, I realized there was some more information I wanted to give to you, and thus we're now filming part two. So let me share my document camera with you. All right, so let's look back at our unit circle here. That's what I neglected to alter or add to the first video for this lesson. So we started talking about sine and cosine. And so in this first quadrant, sine and cosine are both positive, which means all of the other identities are going to be positive. In this second quadrant, cosine is my x value. So my x value is going to be negative. And so therefore, anything that uses cosine is going to be negative. And that goes around for the whole unit circle. To remember which one is positive and which one is negative, we have this following acronym. All students take calculus. Probably don't, not everybody probably does, but that's how we're going to remember this. So all students take calculus. If I write that on my four different quadrants here, so anything in quadrant one, all of my trig functions, all of them are positive. And that's what this is telling us, which trig functions are positive. In the second quadrant, S is for sine. So sine is positive, and what goes along with sine? Cosecant. Everything else is negative. So cosine is negative, secant is negative, tangent is negative, cotangent is negative. T stands for what? Well, tangent. And what goes along with tangent? Cotangent. So those are both positive in quadrant three. And then lastly, in the bottom corner, C, calculus, well, C here stands for cosine. And what goes along with cosine? Secant. So those two are positive. Everything else is negative. So that's the first thing I wanted to add. And then the second thing that I want to add here is when we are figuring out all of our different values, sine, cosine, and especially tangent. So tangent is what? Y over x, sine over cosine. And so for pi over 6, I can figure that all already. If I do 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2, so let's say for pi over 6, if I want to know tangent of pi over 6, that is sine over cosine. Sine is the y value, 1/2. Cosine is root 3 over 2. So if I simplify this, it becomes 1 over root 3, which if I rationalize it, becomes root 3 over 3. So that is the value for pi over 6, root 3 over 3. And I would write that on your unit circle because it's always going to be that value. Otherwise, you got to keep calculating it all semester. Tangent of pi over 4 is what? Root 2 over 2 divided by root 2 over 2, which is 1. So tangent of pi over 4 is 1. And then for pi over 3, tangent of pi over 3 is square root of 3 over 2 divided by 2, which when we simplify it, just becomes square root of 3. And using our reference number methodology for solving like sine, cosine, x and y, all of that, this still holds true. So let's say I want to know, okay, what's tangent of 2 pi over 3? Well, my reference number is pi over 3, meaning tangent is square root of 3. But then I just need to know, is it positive or negative? Well, let me go to my little grid here. All students, while I'm in the second quadrant, the only thing that's positive is sine. Whoops, let me move that down. Excuse me. So the only thing in quadrant 2 is positive is sine, meaning tangent must be negative. So for 2 pi over 3, tangent is going to be negative square root of 3. And that's how we can figure out all of those. So as long as you know pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, then you can figure out all the values of tangent around the unit circle. All right, now I am done. So sorry about that. Sorry for a part 2 thrown in there last minute on you, but it should be all you need now for lesson 2. Now come on back and let's work some examples.